paano po, let's say, na merong isang trader na kumita ng 5 times ng capital niya? Paano niya i-explain sa bangko na magka-cash out siya para hindi maamla? Ganda ng tanong.
Kasi yun nga kasi ang problem natin ngayon, hindi ko maa-assure na hindi sila ire-report. Dahil una sa lahat, ito naman ang ma-advise ko, no? Sabihin nila yung totoo sa bangko, lalo na kung wala silang ginagawang illegal. Okay? Huwag kayong matakot, sabihin nyo yung totoo sa bangko. That's the first step. Sabihin nyo yung nature ng transaction. Pag nagsinungaling kayo at nahuli kayo doon, nahuli kayo na nagsisinungaling kayo, then talaga diretso report. Ang problem natin ito, at sinabi ko na yun kanina, even though honestly as legitimate actors, sinabi natin ang totoo sa bangko, hindi natin maiiwasan that the bank has its own risk management policy. And many of these banks here in the Philippines, no, one aspect is them being conservative. Another aspect that I really believe, they see this technology and this industry as competition. No? And because of those two factors, them being conservative, seeing crypto as something, and this industry as something that would eventually eat their lunch, no? The tendency for them is to be yun na nga, either pag nalaman nila na crypto related yung transaction mo, either i-terminate yung account mo o i-report yun as suspicious. Dito na nga nag-a-arise yung concern ko kanina na many of these banks, and we speak from experience, no, not just as anecdotal evidence, na marami sa mga bangko, parang minomolestya tayo, na parang pinaparamdam sa atin na may ginagawa tayong illegal just because we are engaged in a crypto-related transaction. No? At wala na tayong magagawa doon, mahabang usapan kung pwede ba tayong magkaso sa BSP. Dahil itong bangko na ito, terminate yung account natin just because it's related to crypto. Mahabang usapan yan. All I can say is in other countries, no, in other countries including in Israel or in India, kasi napag-aralan din natin ito, na-discuss ko rin ito sa book, nagkaroon na ng mga ganyang cases. Yung bangko, terminate yung account nitong exchange na to at hindi naman ma-justify ng bangko kung ba't niya terminate yung account except for the fact that it's a crypto-related transaction. Basically, hindi na minanage ng bangko yung risk. Ano lang talaga, sweeping lang na dahil crypto intermediary siya, crypto-related ang business niya, terminate yung account. At nagkaroon ng kaso, nakarating pa sa Supreme Court ng India, sinabi ng Supreme Court ng India, hindi dapat to gawin ng bangkong ito o ng central bank na ito. No? So mahabang usapan pa yan kung dito sa Pilipinas ba, kung pwede ba nating i-argue yan. Pero yun lang ang masasabi ko, hindi kasi natin mapipigilan sa ngayon ang risk management policy ng bangko. But I'm ang hope ko na lang, sinasabi ko kanina, is with the inclusion of VASP as an AMLA as an AMLA covered person, hopefully this gives more legitimacy to the industry that will make also banks more comfortable to deal with virtual asset service providers as well as clients engaged in crypto related transactions kung yung mga platform na ginagamit naman nila ay registered sa AMLAC, no, as a covered person, no.
On that note, kaya nga natin ipinupost, sabi ng balita, Philippine crypto traders are backing the new AMLA bill. Kasi hopefully this clarifies na, hoy, nasa VASP ang nasa AMLA ang VASP. Legit kami, 'di ba?
Dapat hindi na-discriminate.
Oo, wag mo discriminate. Nasa AMLA na din. Yung process namin diyan, kaya nilalaban namin yan, Kamiranda, na ayusin, kilalanin, di ba?
Sana from a financial consumer protection angle, wala naman tayong ginagawang illegal. Ang platform na ginagamit natin ay registered sa Anti-Money Laundering Council. Dapat in the absence of other red flags, dapat hindi tayo pinipigilan to engage in these transactions.
Good. All right.